Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are honored to welcome you to the UGC Western Zone Conference at IIM Nagpur for an Autonomous College on the Implementation of the National Education Policy 2020. Please give a huge round of applause for our honored guests. Due to unavoidable circumstances, our chief guest, the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji, will join us virtually in some time. I would request everyone now to rise for the national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Please take your seats. I, Jay Patil, have with me my co-host, Srishti Srivastav. Now, let us begin the auspicious occasion with the ceremonial lighting of the lamp, symbolizing knowledge and enlightenment. I now invite our chief guest and esteemed dignitaries to come forward to light the lamp. Honorable Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar, our beloved Director of IIM Nagpur, Dr. Bhimaraya Metri. We would also request Dr. Vandana Mishra, UGC Commission members to join in lighting the lamp.
या कुंदेंदु तुषार हार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करा प्रभृतिभिः देवै सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निशेषजाड्यापहा.
Thank you so much, Palak, for the mesmerizing voice.
Now we would like to request our dignitaries to join us on stage. I would also now like to request our Director, Sir, Dr. Bhimaraya Metri, to felicitate our Honorable UGC Chairman, Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar, with a bouquet and a memento. Before we dive deep into the session, We would like to express a heartfelt gratitude in line with IIM Nagpur's commitment to sustainable living and reducing our carbon footprint. Sir, we have planted a tree in the Similipal National Park, Odisha, in your name. The certificate will be sent to you shortly.
It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Bhimaraya Metri, Director of IIM Nagpur, to deliver the welcome address. Under the visionary leadership of Dr. Metri, IIM Nagpur has achieved remarkable progress, securing an impressive NIRF ranking of 31 this year. His 4 decades of experience in academia and administration, including his tenure as Director of IIM Trichy, have significantly shaped the institution's success. As an expert in project and quality management, Dr. Metri has authored numerous books and research papers, leaving a lasting impact on the field. His dedication to education is further reflected in his training of over 100 Vice Chancellors and 1,000 senior academics. With deep respect and admiration, we recognize his unwavering commitment to enhancing management education. Please give a huge round of applause as we welcome Dr. Bhimaraya Metri as he delivers the welcome address.
Very good morning, respected Governor of Maharashtra, C.P. Radhakrishnan ji, as a chief guest, and respected Chairman, University Grant Commission, Professor Jagadesh Kumar ji, and UGC member, Ma'am, Misra, and all the distinguished participants of Western Zone, Maharashtra, Gujarat, Goa, Daman, Diu, the academic leaders of higher education institutions, particularly autonomous colleges, ladies and gentlemen. This is my proud privilege to welcome all of you to IIM Nagpur. And I must say that this Western Zone conference with regard to implementation of NEP 2020 under the visionary leadership of our Honorable University Grant Commission, Professor Jagadesh Kumar ji, is going to be a landmark initiative in the history of higher education. If you look at the National Education Policy, it has come in 2020 and it is going to complete implementation is going to be about 2035 or so, and lot of initiatives, lot of the work already going on, and some of them are visible and some of them are going to be visible very soon. So I must say that this National Education Policy is a gold standard, and it is going to be a game changer in higher education institutions, and particularly autonomous colleges. Already autonomous colleges, they are enjoying the autonomy in various areas, academic and other areas, but National Education Policy 2020 is going to come, and it is going to bring a remarkable change and full autonomy for all institutions. Apart from academic autonomy, you are going to get autonomy in other areas, whether it is a financial, administrative, and internationalization, many areas you are going to get autonomy. So with this, I'll briefly introduce my institute, IIM Nagpur. IIM Nagpur is a new generation IIM. It started 2015 as a 14th IIM in Nagpur, which is the 13th biggest city in the country and 3rd in Maharashtra. And IIM Nagpur, since its inception, it has earned the reputation as a fastest growing IIM amongst all IIMs. And this institution, the campus, it is one of the, out of all IIM, it is the best campus. It has been recognized as a best campus out of all IIMs, and a great inspiring ecosystem. And we run an MBA program of 360 capacity. And we also have Pune campus, and IIM Nagpur campus executive MBA program for working professionals, and we do PhD programs. And we have a biggest executive education And that is, even though there are 21 IIM out of first 6, if you leave about those who born before 2000, we are number 1 in executive education. And we do programs for private sectors like Larsen and Toubro, Lupin, Tata, Adani, you name a company, and many pharma companies in private sector. And in public sector, right from Coal India, HPCL, IOCL, Naval Lignite, and WCL, MECL, you name a public sector, they are all coming to us. So executive education has been the strength of IIM Nagpur. And going forward, IIM Nagpur is also, already government of Maharashtra has approved 70-acre land in Pune, and it is going to come a Pune campus of IIM Nagpur very soon. We are going to start our full-fledged program there also. And then we are also going to set up a transit campus in Goa. Goa Chief Minister has already discussed, and he has requested us to set up the campus. And next destination is Hyderabad. We are going to have campus like Pune. So these are some of our future plans. And I welcome all of you once again, this Western Zone, University Grant Commission's National Education Policy Conference. And I am sure under the visionary leadership of Chairperson, UGC, and this one-day event is going to be full of insights and clarification of many doubts, and also how to go forward. Already University Grant Commission has come out with IDP, Institute Development Plan, and many new initiatives already come. And apart from, I think, leadership development, again, guidelines already, I think, UGC Chairman has approved. I think that is going to be a remarkable change for each one of you. You will get the opportunity to attend this kind of leadership development programs also. With this, once again, I welcome all of you, and thank you very much for participating in such a big way for this conference here at IIM Nagpur. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome and for setting the tone for today's conference. Next, I have the honor of inviting the Honorable Chairman of the University Grants Commission, Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar, to deliver the opening remarks and outline the objectives of this conference. Dr. M. Jagadesh Kumar is a distinguished academician and the current chairman of the University Grants Commission since February 2022. Prior to this, he served as the Vice Chancellor of Jawaharlal Nehru University, where his leadership in fostering academic excellence was widely acknowledged. A professor at IIT Delhi, Dr. Kumar is known for his pioneering work in the field of nanoelectronic devices and semiconductor research, with over 250 publications and multiple awards, including the prestigious IETE Ramlal Wadhwa Gold Medal. Professor Kumar has been a transformative figure in Indian higher education, guiding the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 with exceptional foresight. His leadership has been keen to many critical reforms, shaping the future of the higher education in India. Please join me in welcoming Professor for his opening remarks with a huge round of applause.
Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji, Professor Bhimaraya Metri, my friend and Director IIM, my dear administrators of autonomous colleges from different parts of Maharashtra and some even from Gujarat, dear faculty colleagues, and other distinguished invitees who are present in today's one-day event, my namaskars to all of you. I had the pleasure of talking to some of you while you were having your breakfast just before the start of this event. If any one of you ask me a question, what do you find in this big hall? I would say, I find a lot of optimism in front of me. You truly represent what our country is today. Our country is highly aspirational, and it is very optimistic about making our country a fully developed country by 2047. It is this kind of optimism which is driving our country. If you recall, this year, the Nobel Prize in Economics was given to 3 economists for their work on how institutions are formed and how these institutions affect the prosperity of nations. All of us can proudly say that our country has very strong institutions. We have a great constitution and the parliamentary system. We have a very strong democratic system in our country. We are not only the biggest democratic country in the world, the democratic values are inbuilt in our culture. Just recently we conducted the largest electoral process in the world driven by technology. And we have a very strong judicial system. And I know there are friends from media in this audience. We have a very strong media too in our country. It is because of this that today India has become a voice to be respected by the entire world. It is because India is leading in many fields. We have the biggest digital public infrastructure in our country today. We have become the first country in the world to put a spacecraft on the southern part of the moon. More than 10% of the Fortune 500 companies are headed by our Indians. We have become the 3rd largest ecosystem for startup companies. And the beauty is, majority of these startup companies are coming from Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities and towns, which clearly indicates that we have enormous talent coming from educational institutions across the country. But then, we also have challenges. We have nearly more than 60% of Indians who still live in villages and small towns, and they are mostly dependent on agricultural activities. So when we want to become the 3rd largest economy in the world, unless we make sure that every Indian has the opportunity to participate in diverse economic activities, we will not be able to make our country the 3rd largest economy. And that is where education plays a major role. And as leaders in higher education, you have a huge responsibility on your shoulders to make sure that we provide high quality education to our students on a mass scale. Because as you know, that currently we have about 4.3 crore students in higher education, but in next 10 years or so, this number will double. We will have 10 crore students knocking our doors, asking for high quality education. Are we ready to meet this challenge? What are the plans that we are making to make sure that every student, every learner, as our Honorable Prime Minister says, every learner should have the opportunity to have the access to high quality education. And that is how the national education policy plays a critical role in making sure that we realize this dream. But let me tell you, many of you who might have used computers in early 80s, we used to use computers from a company called Digital Equipment Corporation. How many of you remember the name DEC today? Can you raise your hands? Very few people remember. It was the largest computer company in the world at that time. But one engineer in DEC, he went to the management of Digital Equipment Corporation and he said, I have come up with a new idea. I have developed what is known as a personal computer. Then the management said, who will use this personal computer? Perhaps there is a market for one personal computer in the world. That is what the management said. And today, we know without personal computers, nothing can be done. There was a great opportunity for this great company to develop personal computers and become a great company, but it missed the bus. NEP 2020 is one such great visionary plan that we have in front of us. If we do not grab this opportunity and implement it successfully, we will be missing the bus. And that is the reason why I say that as leaders of higher educational institutions, you need to be in the running mode. You need to be constantly thinking about how do I implement NEP 2020 and the various reforms that are coming out of NEP 2020 at a rapid pace and on a mass scale. When we provide high quality education on a mass scale, it enhances the average competencies in the society. When the average competencies go up, the productivity levels will be enhanced. That will enhance the per capita income of individuals. The overall economic system will become stronger. And then we will be able to put in more and more public funding in higher education. And therefore, we will be able to reach out to even larger number of students. So it's a positive regenerative cycle when you provide high quality education to large number of students. My dear colleagues, we have been arranging programs like this across the country to do two things. One, to create more awareness about NEP 2020 and the various facets of NEP 2020. Two, to understand, I won't call them problems. I would like to call them challenges. To understand what are the challenges that we have, and then can we convert those challenges into opportunities? Find solutions to the challenges that we have and implement NEP 2020 at a rapid pace. I would like to remind you about a phenomenon known as mousetrap syndrome. All of us, we have used mousetraps. It's a small wooden box with a spring-loaded door, and we use it to trap the mouses. It was invented sometime in 19th century. And after that, more than 70,000 patents have been filed on improved versions of this mousetrap. But today, you still go to the local market and buy this wooden, old-fashioned mousetrap. You don't buy those advanced new version of mousetraps. It is because there is not much information about these new mousetraps among people. So therefore, they continue to use the old system. We should not fall into this mousetrap syndrome while implementing NEP 2020. You need to create more and more awareness among our students, among our faculty members, and the leaders of higher educational institutions in order to implement NEP 2020 at a very, very rapid pace. Conferences like this will help us to understand what are the challenges that we have and also the best practices. Many of you, I am sure, in one aspect or the other of NEP 2020 are already ahead in implementing and in seeing the results on the ground. And meetings such as this will help us in learning from each other what are the best practices that other institutions are implementing and how, considering my local situation, considering my institutional aspirations, I can adopt those best practices so that there is a collective effort across the country in taking the NEP 2020 forward. We have divided this one-day workshop into 8 themes, and there are teams which will sit and deliberate on these 8 themes, come up with approaches on implementing it even more efficiently. And in the afternoon, the chairperson of each committee will make a brief presentation on what they discussed and what are the outcomes of this committee's deliberations. And after listening to all of you, we will then have a brainstorming session. Myself and Professor Bhimaraya Metri will be available here for more than maybe about an hour or so, and you can ask any questions that you have. We will deliberate and we will try to see how we can address some of the challenges that may come up, and also showcase some of the best practices that you will be bringing forward during the deliberations today. My dear friends, there are many, many reforms that are coming up. One of the important things that I would like to bring to your notice is that out of 4.3 crore students that we have in our country, nearly 2/3 of them, they do BA, BSc, BCom, and such similar degree programs. After their degree program, what is that they can do? It is our responsibility to ensure that they are provided appropriate skills as part of their regular education, so that when they come out of the institutions, they will become either self-employed or they can take up the newer opportunities that are coming up. We should design our education to meet both the academic goals as well as the career goals of our students. Just few days ago, Dr. Avichal Kapoor and his team at UGC, they worked with the help of the experts during last 6 months, and the guidelines on apprenticeship embedded degree program were announced. Grab this opportunity, work with your local industry, sign MOUs, and design these apprenticeship embedded degree programs so that there is greater industry-academia interaction and you empower your students to acquire appropriate skills so that their employment opportunities are enhanced. My dear friends, we have a big goal in front of us to make our country Vikasit Bharat by 2047, and all of us as educationists, we should be taking the lead role in shaping the future of our country. I would like to wish you great and productive deliberations during today's conference. And I will continue to meet you and come back to you again in the afternoon. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Professor Jagdish, for your insightful remarks and efforts in implementing the NEP 2020 with the vision of making our country a developed one for the generations to come. We will now present a short film that highlights the initiatives taken by the University Grants Commission in the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020.
नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के विभिन्न पहलुओं के बारे में विस्तृत जानकारी मिलेगी। जितनी जानकारी और ज्यादा जानकारी ज्यादा स्पष्ट होगी, फिर उतना ही आसान इस राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति का इम्प्लीमेंटेशन भी होगा।
Heartfelt gratitude to everyone who has been part of the NEP journey so far. Let us continue to strive together for a better and brighter future for our children.
The University Grants Commission is the leading implementation body for the National Education Policy 2020. The UGC has been taking a number of initiatives since the notification of the NEP, which are being displayed in this video ahead. NEP SAARTHI Student Ambassador for Academic Reforms in Transforming Higher Education in India. This initiative aims to bring students together as active participants in implementing the NEP 2020, where students can engage meaningfully with the reforms undertaken by the UGC. 855 NEP SAARTHIs from 309 HEIs have been selected by UGC till now. New NEP SAARTHI guidelines has been launched on 21st August 2024. Utsaha. Undertaking transformative strategies and actions in higher education. Portal will effectively track and support the implementation of National Education Policy 2020. All HEIs can log into the portal using AIRSHARE code provided to them. Total 1697 HEIs have already registered on Utsaha portal. UGC has constituted 6 zonal committees to develop a roadmap for the effective implementation of the NEP 2020. Committees have 6 zones: Northern, Central, Eastern, Northeastern, Western, and Southern. First, second, third and fourth zonal conference, special conference of HEIs, and fifth zonal conference are conducted by UGC, where more than 1,000 Vice Chancellors, Directors, college principals and NEP coordinators participated. Academic Bank of Credits. Enabling students' mobility across higher education institutions. ABC helps in seamless integration of skills and experiences into a credit-based system. Nearly 31 crore learners have already registered on ABC portal. The provision of multiple entry and exit provides much-needed flexibility and appropriate exit options for learners who may discontinue their studies in different phases and wish to re-enter to continue education at higher levels. This initiative shall curtail the dropout rate, improve GER by offering flexibility in curricula and novel course options to students. NCRF is a single framework to integrate the credits earned through school education, higher education, and vocational and skill education. It gives levels from 4.5 to 8 for higher education. UGC has also introduced standard operating procedures to implement the NCRF. NHEQF defines learning outcomes of graduate students. It also brings higher educational institutions to common level of benchmarking. NHEQF enables students, parents, HEIs, employers to understand the nature and level of expected learning outcomes. The UGC provides for the establishment of Students' Grievances Redressal Committees, SGRC, by all higher educational institutions. It is also mandatory to appoint an ombudsperson at the university level. The students can approach the committee or the ombudsperson if their grievances are not being addressed. Based on the principle of light but tight, the new UGC regulations provide streamlined and simplified processes for institutions seeking deemed university status, ensuring a balance between autonomy and accountability. The regulations also introduce a new category, distinct institutions, with a focus on teaching and research in a unique discipline. Conferment of autonomous status upon colleges. The new UGC regulations provides flexibility to colleges seeking autonomy. UGC has also launched an application portal. CU Chayan, a unified portal for faculty recruitment for central universities. Search and browse career opportunities in academia across all central universities at one place. With the aim to provide an international dimension to Indian higher education, UGC has introduced norms which allow top foreign universities to set up campuses in India. UGC has also launched application portal for foreign universities to apply. UGC regulations on twinning, joint and dual degree program, provides global exposure to Indian students, international curriculum, and attract foreign students. There is no prior approval or equivalence required. More than 70 higher educational institutions are collaborating with top foreign universities. UGC also encourages all HEIs to establish Office for International Affairs in their campus. Institutions can also set up a dedicated Alumni Connect cell to foster their alumni network. Framework for Global Citizenship Education in Higher Education. This framework provides inputs on the knowledge, skills and value system required by students to become global citizens with deep-rooted pride in being Indian. The Indian Knowledge System. NEP 2020 emphasizes on the promotion of Indian languages, arts and culture, and integration of Indian knowledge systems, IKS, at all levels of education. The UGC guidelines on IKS provide for higher educational institutions to offer short-term credit-based courses on Indian heritage and culture. The courses may include universal human values, Vedic mathematics, yoga, Ayurveda, Sanskrit, Indian languages, music and classical dance forms to attract international learners to India. Empanelment of artists, artisans in residence, in HEIs as Guru, Param Guru and Parmeshti Guru will harness the creative talent and intellectual resources available within the country. Another significant initiative is the guidelines on incorporating Indian knowledge systems, IKS, into curricula. At least 50% of credits allotted to IKS should be related to the major discipline. Malvi Mission Teachers Training Program. To train our teachers and contribute to their capacity building, UGC has launched this full-fledged teachers training program. Aims to train more than 15 lakhs teachers through 117 Madan Mohan Malviya teachers training centers spread across the country. RDC will create a conducive environment for enhanced research productivity, encourage collaboration at the local, national, and international levels and facilitate greater access to research. More than 1,600 R&D cells have been established in higher educational institutions. Minimum standards and procedures for award of PhD degree. Through these new UGC regulations, there will be ease for taking admissions in PhD. Curriculum and Credit Framework for Undergraduate Programs. UGC framework provides 4-year UG programs as honors and honors with research. Students will get exit options at first, second, third year with the option to rejoin within 7 years. With UGC's new PG program structures, students can now choose from a variety of PG degrees, including 1-year or 2-year, or integrated 5-year PG programs. Pursuing 2 academic programs simultaneously. Students can undergo 2 programs, 1, both online, 2, 1 online and 1 physical, and 3, both physical. Professor of Practice. Bringing distinguished experts from various fields such as engineering, science, technology, management to mentor the students. UGC has also launched Professor of Practice portal. Guidelines on life skills. It has been introduced with the aim to encourage life skills in students, seeking participation from both the students and the faculty. Skills such as communication, professionalism, management, and leadership and universal human values are considered to be crucial for the holistic development of learners. Online and open and distance learning education. Well-performing HEIs are permitted to offer online programs to achieve the desired gross enrollment ratio and improve access and provide an enabling environment for all. SWAYAM, study web of active learning for young aspiring minds, aims to take the best teaching and learning resources to all. Students can avail of up to 40% credits in a semester through the SWAYAM platform and can transfer credits to the parent institute. The UGC has also introduced a new framework allowing universities to conduct examinations for SWAYAM courses. Transforming single-stream HEIs into multidisciplinary institutions. The UGC guidelines provide a roadmap for single-stream institutions to transform as multidisciplinary institutions by merging, forming clusters, and new departments. Accessibility guidelines and standards for higher educational institutions and universities. These guidelines ensure that standards are well kept and maintained for Divyangjans in campuses. Credit-based course on pedagogical aspects for teaching Divyangjan and specific learning disabilities. These guidelines focus on pedagogical aspects of teaching persons with disabilities, which will aim to provide flexibility in the selection of courses to them. Fostering social responsibility and community engagement in higher educational institutions in India. UGC guidelines provide 2 credit courses for students. UGC has guidelines on promotion of physical fitness, sports, students' health, welfare, psychological and emotional well-being at higher educational institutions of India. Guidelines for Women's Cell. Providing basic facilities and amenities for a safe, secure environment for women in HEIs. To create bridge between industry and academia, UGC has launched guidelines on university-industry linkage system, creation of the Industry Relations Cell at the university, and creation of the University Relations Cell in the industry will enhance these partnerships. To increase students' participation from the social-economically disadvantaged groups (SEDGs), UGC has launched guidelines to provide equitable opportunities to them. It will encourage institutions to set up SEDG cell in the campus. UGC has launched guidelines for internship and research internship for undergraduate students to improve employability and research aptitude of learners. With joint participation of board members, institutional leaders, faculty, students and staff, each institution will make their own institutional development plan. It will include the progress, goals, vision and mission of the institution. UGC allows Indian universities to offer admissions twice a year, that is January, February and July, August every year. This will benefit students, institutions and will positively impact GER. Enable state-private universities to set up their off-campuses in their jurisdiction with the prior approval of UGC. UGC has held meetings with other regulatory bodies and state higher education councils to improve cohesion in policy implementation.
Friends, we have just now seen many reforms being rolled out by UGC in the video. It is our collective responsibility to make sure that these reforms are implemented at a rapid pace across the country so that the higher educational system in our country is transformed.
For complete details about all the NEP initiatives, you can visit UGC website www.ugc.gov.in.
Thank you everyone for watching this film. We hope this film provided an insight into the UGC's efforts towards shaping a brighter future. Not only the education has been the focus, but also getting the necessary skills to work in the industry, making sure that each student goes through internships and then makes India a better place to work as well as for entrepreneurs. Hence, UGC's efforts as demonstrated in this film surely lays a bright plan for our future.
Ladies and gentlemen, now it's time to take a future direction from our chief guest, a distinguished leader and a dedicated public servant, Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji. Sir brings with him over 4 decades of experience in governance, politics and social welfare. His journey began in Tirupur, Tamil Nadu, where he laid the foundation of a remarkable career that includes significant roles as the Governor of Jharkhand and the Lieutenant Governor of Puducherry. His commitment to a public service is evident in his extensive contribution to education and social issues. As a former Member of Parliament, he chaired several important committees and addressed the UN General Assembly, showcasing his dedication to India's presence on the global stage. We are truly privileged to have him with us virtually today. I now invite the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji, to address us.
For a few minutes before he joins. Thank you. And so we will be concluding our session for today. Yeah.
While we wait for Sir to join us, while we wait for Sir to join us, let's have a look at what NEP 2020 has brought us. So when we saw the video, we got to know several steps that have been taken by the National Education Policy.
In today's discussions, we will be having about specific topics that can give us insights of how it implemented as well as the next steps that can be used to better perform it. For this, today's discussion is surely going to be adding all the bright minds sitting in this room and getting out the most important thoughts that can help us implement this policy on a better scale.
Sir will be joining us within 5 minutes. So thank you for waiting patiently.
Good morning, everyone. So this 5 minutes we will be using for infrastructure arrangement and what are the things next program, group discussion instructions. I will be quickly going. Myself, Naneshwar Gurde. I am the nodal officer for this UGC conference at IIM Nagpur. We are closely coordinating with UGC for this conference, and my privilege to present this today's infrastructure arrangement and the next plan after these inaugural functions. So first of all, as you have seen this in the morning, we have 3 academics block here. One is in-fed block. This side is your academic block 2 and academic block 1. So academic block 1 has three group discussions there. 3 classrooms are there. 2 classrooms in academic block 2, and in the in-fed there are 3 classrooms. As you got the schedule, it is very clear that theme-wise group allocation, group number 1, National Credit Framework and Implementation, it is in academic block 1, ground floor CR2. Group number 2, Academic Bank of Credit, that is academic block 1, and first floor, which is CR4. And then group 3, Digital Empowerment, is in academic block 1, first floor CR5. Group 4 is Research and Innovation Ecosystem, which is in academic block 2, which is CR12. Group 5 is on enhancing and employability of the graduates, which is in academic block 2, first floor CR14. Then there is a group 6, Bharatiya Bhasha, which is this side block, in-paid block we call it, and it is at the first floor. You can use the lift to go up. So, and that is executive education, CR2, we call it EC2. The labeling is already there, and navigation banners, navigation boardings are also there. Then there is a group 7, Indian Knowledge System and Internationalization, which is also on the first floor of in-paid block, and it is EC1. Then there is a group 8, which will be holding here only since participants are 100 plus around, and spot registration, those who wanted to join, they can join here, and in case they wanted to go theme-wise, but it is also, the classrooms are limited seats, 75 to 80 participants we can accommodate in the classroom, few classrooms, and accordingly, in case there is no space in those specific classrooms, I request all of you to join this 8th group, which is going to held in this auditorium only. Then SAARTHI interaction ke liye, there is a in-fed block, ground floor, CR1. After all these arrangement, in case you face any difficulty, every classroom is having coordinators. You can coordinate with them, and they will immediately get the things done. Then there is after this inaugural function, there are 2 provisions for tea break. I'll continue after this program. Thank you so much.
We are truly privileged to have Sir with us today virtually, and I now invite the Honorable Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji, to address us. Sir, kindly enlighten us with your words of wisdom.
That is the greatest advantage we have today. The National Education Policy 2020 is a transformative step in the direction. It has the potential to create immense long-lasting change in the coming years and the decades. The policy sets forth 4 clear and ambitious goals. 1. To bring about transformational reforms in education and position India as the global knowledge superpower. Number 2, to ensure that our education system provides high quality learning to all regardless of economic or social background. That is the greatness of our society. To increase the gross enrollment ratio from the current 28% to 50% by 2035. To nurture graduates from the Indian higher education system who are equipped to become global citizens. If we achieve these goals, we will be well on the path of realizing the vision of the developed India or Viksit Bharat by 2047. Our collective efforts must be directed towards realizing the objectives of NEP 2020, which are built on the 5 guiding pillars: assess, equity, quality, affordability, and accountability. At the school level, the policy aims to universalize pre-primary education and emphasize foundational literacy and numeracy for all the primary school children by 2025. The reforms it proposes will elevate the quality of education by focusing on core values, cognitive skills, critical thinking, and problem-solving abilities. NEP 2020 also emphasizes multidisciplinary and holistic education, institutional autonomy, quality research through the National Research Foundation, continuous professional development for teachers, and integration of technology. That is more important today. The integration of technology is going to make the game changer. It is recommendations for the internationalization of higher education, restructuring of governance, and promotion of multilingual education will revolutionize the education system in our country. For this ambitious policy to succeed, it requires the collaborative efforts of all stakeholders, the center, states, union territories, higher education institutions, regulatory agencies, and most importantly, you as educators. Your role is pivotal in ensuring that India fully benefits from this policy and moves forward on its growth trajectory. I am pleased to note that the University Grants Commission has already initiated nearly 50 actions to enable higher education institutions to implement NEP 2020. These efforts are essential in creating the flexible, multidisciplinary, and globally benchmarked higher education ecosystem in India. Initiatives like the Academic Banks of Credits, National Credit Framework, and Professor of Practice are transforming the landscape by fostering student mobility, credit transfer, and industry academia collaboration, leading to graduates who are highly relevant in today's global job market. The National Credit Framework is especially noteworthy as it seamlessly integrates skill education with academic learning from preschool to the doctoral level. The new apprenticeship embedded degree program is a game changer, providing students the opportunity to apply the knowledge they gain during their courses in real-world settings. I extend my heartiest congratulations to the chairman of the UGC and his team for these forward-thinking initiatives and for organizing conferences like this in collaboration with the state governments and higher education councils. However, success will only be realized through the collective and timely efforts of all of us here. I urge you as leaders of higher education institutions to lead by example in the effective implementation of NEP 2020. IIM Nagpur, the host of this conference, is an ideal venue for such discussions. It is distinguished by its commitment to addressing the needs of the modern India through innovative management, education, and research. IIM Nagpur rapid growth and achievements, especially its leadership in adopting NEP 2020, are truly commendable. As one of the new generation IIMs established in the year 2015, it has already carved out the prominent position in the field of management education, and it continues to innovate with the programs like cybersecurity and blockchain. The institute intellectual capital and excellent connectivity have made it one of the fastest growing business schools in India. I am confident that this conference held under the guidance of the University Grants Commission will provide invaluable learning experiences. I request that the outcomes of this conference be shared with us so that we can take further policy level interventions across the Western Zone. Today, we are witnessing a new dawn of hope and direction for the education sector, and particularly for higher education institutions. I wish the conference every success and look forward to seeing its positive impact on the near future. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. जय हिंद, जय महाराष्ट्र.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, sir, for your inspiring words and for gracing this occasion with your presence and wisdom. Your insights will surely enrich our discussions today. To conclude the inaugural session, I would now like to invite our forever helpful and kind student representative, SAAC President Arun Anand, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Hello and good morning, everyone. I, Arun Anand, the Student Council President, stand in front of you on behalf of IIM Nagpur and the organizing committee of this UGC Western Zone Conference to extend our deepest gratitude to all those who have made today's event a grand success. First and foremost, I'd like to express our heartfelt thanks to Hon'ble Governor of Maharashtra, Shri C. Radhakrishnan ji, for joining us virtually. Sir, your inspiring words and immense contribution to public service have truly enriched today's inauguration. I hope India becomes the true leader and center of knowledge regardless of the socio-economic backgrounds of people, as rightly mentioned by you, sir. I extend our sincere gratitude to our chief guest, Professor M. Jagadesh Kumar, Honorable Chairman of University Grants Commission. Sir, your visionary leadership and dedication to the education sector have paved way for transformative reforms in the higher education. Sir, like you mentioned, there's a lot of optimism in this country. I hope and believe that this optimism turns into absolute reality soon. And as very rightly mentioned by you, sir, of course, we do have challenges. And I once again hope and believe that under leaders like you and youths like us, these challenges will be very well and very soon seen off. After today's event, I'd like to lastly mention, I'm sure we all will move away from the mousetrap syndrome and be constantly innovative, sir. A special thanks to Dr. Bhimaraya Metri, Director of IIM Nagpur, for his relentless support and for sharing his vision that continues to propel IIM Nagpur to greater heights in management education. Thank you, sir, for being a constant positive force behind all of IIM Nagpur. We're also grateful to all the UGC Commission members for their presence and contributions in making this event successful right from last evening, guiding our team each step to make this event successful. I'd like to thank all the delegates, speakers, and participants, both in person and virtual, for their active engagement and coming contributions for the rest of the day. Your presence will be appreciated, and moving forward, your insights and participation today will make this conference a wonderful one. Finally, a big thank you to all the efforts of the entire organizing committee, the faculty members, staff of IIM Nagpur, and the nodal officer, Mr. Dhyaneshwarji, whose tireless efforts behind the scenes have ensured that today's conference was organized flawlessly. I hope you all have a wonderful, enriching, and an inspiring day today. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Arun, for your heartfelt vote of thanks. Ladies and gentlemen, I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
I would now like to call Dhaneshwar sir for the remaining instructions. Please be seated.